any kind of issue, please you can just you can write your concern on the chat box. We will answer all the queries at the end of the presentation. Yeah, thanks. So we'll go now. So about us, we are a firm with the idea of solving the design data management issues and data security issues in the organizations, different manufacturing organizations. We deal with the API customization, CAD-based customizations, design automation services, etc. As we said, we have a vision of standardizing and streamlining the organization workflow, and we aim to protect the data, design data being stolen from anywhere, and we do also focus on the automations of the manufacturing. So these are the services what we offer: design data management services with product data management, SolidWorks Enterprise Product Data Management, and SolidWorks Manage. We do SolidWorks Enterprise PDM and SAP integrations. We do CAD-based API customizations. We do give design automation services. And last is the automation of bill of material with BOM Creator. BOM Creator is a tool developed by our team, okay, wherein we are focusing a little bit expediting the manufacturing process through bill of materials. Okay, these are the few value-added partners across India. Conceptia is our value-added partner based out in Bangalore, and for that region, for Karnataka region, they are our value-added partner. Okay. So again, yeah, today's agenda, we are talking about the bill of materials. So let's understand what is the need of bill of material. Okay, when we say why do we need bill of material? So it's just for the reference of, like, we want to understand what are the manufacturing parts, what are the bought-out items, right? Through bill of material, we get a clear picture of that. To enable purchase team for the procurement of process, hardware, BOPs, etc. Right? And to understand the composition, the weight details of different parts or different material in the machine. Next is the, when we say, like, we want to identify what are the parts which are going to be manufactured in-house or to be outsourced, right? So bill of material become a critical aspect of our day-to-day activity, manufacturing activity, and that becomes the heart of the organization. And if there's any problem in bill of material, we face a lot of backlash in our complete system, manufacturing system, right? Going further, yes, again, we do have bill of materials in SolidWorks, right? We do have bill of materials in SolidWorks, but still there are certain set of gaps which we identified, which in organization we face. So let's understand what are the features of available features in SolidWorks, right? So we have three types of bill of materials in SolidWorks. One is the top level BOM. So when we say top level bill of material, it covers the first level detail of any main assembly. There could be a lot of sub assemblies, or there could be parts or hardware, anything, etc., which are in our first level of our main assembly, right? Second is the parts only. So parts only covers the detail of all the SolidWorks part, irrespective of there being a hardware or BOP or manufacturing part. So it's a mixed detail without the details of sub-assemblies. Okay, so it's a mixed detail. And last is the SolidWorks indented BOM. Indented BOM is nothing but the hierarchical BOM. Okay, so now hierarchical, when I say hierarchical, it's like, say I have a sub-assembly and further there's another sub-assembly, and it goes to n levels, say. So it will give you a level by level detail, right? So we have these bill of material feature in our CAD system, but still there are certain set of issues what we see, right? So what are those? One of the most critical issue is the too much time spending on creating and uploading BOM in our SAP or ERP system, right? So now in our organization, we have SAP or ERP system as a platform for sharing our bill of material with different departments inside our organization, right? So now, so how do we do that? That is the reason we have a SAP system, right? So that we all other departments are in same sync, right? So so what design does is design uploads or prepares form in the SAP system and share it, right? So when I'm handling, say, 100 200 components, it's a okay, pretty easy job. But when we talk about 1000 2000 3000 4000 component, that becomes a tedious job, right? So there are two major ways we do it, right? One is we manually type each and every part number with the respective details, or we prepare something in our Excel, CSV, or any respective format which is compatible, which is acceptable by our SAP or ERP system, and upload it, right? So both the process is a manual process and a time-taking process. Next is the chaos between the design department, production planning, etc. Because of wrong BOM. Okay, so now when we are preparing a 1,000, 2,000 component BOM manually, right? So what does it happen? So there's a probability of doing a mistake. So there are chances of errors. There are chances of errors, right? So there are chances of errors, and which actually causes a chaos inside the organization, right? So and we spend a lot of time and we prepare a bomb, and that too, and this mistake is not identified during the design phase, but it is realized during the assembly or the packing stage, which becomes really difficult for the organization. Next important thing is segregation, right? So now we have uploaded, say we have used SAP or ERP system, we have uploaded our bill of material from design perspective. But now when it comes to the production team, the production's initial concern is only the manufacturing parts, right? Or the purchase major concern initially is only the bought out or hardware parts, right? So now what the first thing they do spend time is segregating that list, getting a required thing on the as per their requirement, segregating it and making it. And we see people struggling about how to deal with that product differentiation, what we have to do, right? Next is delay in delivery of project due to improper planning. So we receive an order, we do have a set delivery for every project, right? And when we talk about delivery, there are in today's industry we do also have LD clauses in with our project, right? If we delay, if we deviate from our delivery, there are chances we get we have the organization need to pay a LD, a liquidated damage for that, for the delay happened, right? So now and most of the time what we face is we face delay in delivery of project because of improper planning. When we say improper planning, like again, let's talk to I'm an SPM manufacturer and we have 4,000, 5,000 components and parts. Okay, so now if I do not plan them, when I say planning, say every manufacturing component has its own manufacturing lead time, and every bought out item has its own procurement lead time, the market available lead time, right? So now when I say 4,000 components, there could be certain set of components which may get prepared, which may get manufactured within say 3 weeks or 4 weeks of time from the date of release of drawings, right? There could be some components which could be made from the 5 days, 5 to 6 days from the date of release of drawing, or there could be some component which could be made in 2 days. So now item taking higher time to get manufactured will be my first priority, right? So we plan things accordingly. These aspects seems to be very small thing, but it eventually affects our complete project and complete manufacturing. And if we do not plan things based on that, we face the delay in delivery. Next, another important aspect is the tracking of release of drawings, right? So design department is responsible for the drawing release. So now they release the drawing, right? So now sometimes after 10 days, 15 days of release of drawing, the production of quality team comes back or purchase team comes back. They say we haven't received the drawing. We do not have it. You have sent to someone else, right? So there could be a lot of other things. So now we normally try to track it by maintaining an Excel or a register in the organization, right? And but there's no proper tracks. If sometimes we fail to make an entry, we miss that this drawing has been released or not. Okay, so now here, and this actually again create a huge problem. So since we do not have a track of release of drawings, right? Next is the actualized costing. We need to understand if you receive an order, what is the cost I need to spend for getting this material manufactured or this project executed. So actualized project costing we're talking. So now while we are doing it, a lot of time we miss the important components of costing, which actually create the contingency. So for any project, we majorly understand based on our experience, there are 5 major components of costing. When we say 5 major components, one is the material, labor, engineering, packing, transportation. These are the 5 major components what we understand as a major factors. This which drive the complete project cost, right? So if we miss any of these aspects, it creates a contingency, cost contingency. Last major issue is the planning of production of multiple machines. Say, let's talk. We are a SPM manufacturer, and we have 5, 6, 7, 8 different models of machines what we make, and we receive order for all those stuff together, right? So now it becomes really difficult for design or the production team to manage these drawings, which has to be taken first, which has to be taken later, and managing multiple projects accurately becomes a big challenge, right? So now let me quickly take you to the interface of our software. Yeah. So this is the interface of our software. Okay. So now here, let me take 2 minutes to introduce this, and we'll just quickly jump into the our thing. Okay. So now basically we discussed about few problems, and we have tried to cover through our software. Okay. So now when we see first option, it's a BOM, and inside BOM we have 4 other options: ERP BOM, design BOM, part list, and bot out list. So now what we say is, when you click on ERP BOM, you can generate a BOM, a report, an Excel based Microsoft result, which is in a ready to upload format into your SAP or ERP system. Okay, so you can just click and generate a report which is acceptable to you. And here, how do we do that? Is we take the input from you. We will take the formats or the required fields that you need in your SAP or ERP system, and what format is acceptable, and we customize that based on your requirement. And with a click, you can generate a ready to upload ERP BOM from your SolidWorks CAD model. Okay, you did not. It's a direct SolidWorks CAD and your ERP system. So there is no. This becomes basically BOM creator will become an interface. Next is something which is called design BOM. Design BOM is basically the enhanced version of your SolidWorks indented BOM. Okay, and this indented BOM will also have the material composition of the complete machine. So when I say composition, like say I make a 30-ton or 35-ton machine, so it gives me the summary, right? How much is SS, how much is CS, how much is aluminum, how much is brass, etc. We'll see this in live. Okay. Next is the part list. When I say part list, this is a segregated part list. Basically, only the details of manufacturing parts, no hardware, nothing. And similarly, there's a bought out list. So now only details of bought out items. So now similarly, you can add, if you need any such categorization, that categorization can also be customized inside of a creator. Say you want to create a list of only the sheet metal components, only the hardware, or say machine components, etc. So those types can also be differentiated here and segregated out of here. So let me quickly take you first of all. So in BOM creator, we always work with the hello. Yes.
Would like to join in the webinar for this BOM creation in SolidWorks.
So it's already running. We have already covered. Maybe at the end we will recap it. We'll just brief you out. Okay. We are already halfway. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Sorry for the interruption. Yes. What I was saying is, like, when we click on the ERP BOM, so the best part is we always work with the main parent assembly of the file. We always work with the main. We'll be always working on the main assembly. We do not work on the child. We are not concerned on the child and the child of the machine or anything. So this is the main assembly I'm gonna pick, right? So we'll be always working on the main assembly. And when we click on this, It takes a little bit of time, and we get a Excel based ready to upload ERP BOM out of our system. Okay, something of this kind. So now there are certain set of fields, right? So this is what I was talking, that this could be customized as per your requirement. Okay, so now there's a part number, there's a description, quantity division, etc. And now it has given you a level by level detail of each and every form. And this format can be customized as per your required organization, right? So next we were talking about the design BOM. Design BOM is nothing, again, as I said, it's an enhanced version of your SolidWorks indented BOM. So say there are first level of assemblies in my machine. So now it has there for the sub assembly. So it has given you a level by level detail, as I said. So there's the first assembly, its child, and then further sub assembly, say it has categorized it further their child. There's a second sub assembly, it has categorized. So it has finished the first one and then it will go to the second one, right? So on. So it goes to the end level and gives you a complete detail. And this was I was talking about the complete composition of complete machine. Okay, so now these are the different grade of material I'm using in my machine to build this machine, and these are their respective weight. So this becomes actually easy for the purchase department to identify that how much material or how much weight is required to build this machine, any machine. Right. Talking about the segregated part list. So now, as I said, when you create a part list, it's just only the details of manufacturing parts. And all the reports, all the manufacturing reports will have the weight summary at the bottom of the report, right? So this gives a clean idea that how much material out, what material is required, and how much quantity or whatever, right? Similarly, the bought out list, right? So this is a bought out list. There are complete details of hardware in my machine, right? So we can pass on the respective list to the respective department without any issue, right? We can give you a complete BOM as well as our complete segregated list. So that becomes easier for all of us, right? Going further, there's something called priority part list. Okay, so now when we talk about priority part list, as we discussed, right, we do have different manufacturing lead type or different manufacturing items, right? So every manufacturing, so basically the item taking longer lead time will be my part of my high priority list, right? So now item takes say this say a part takes say 3 weeks to get manufactured from the date of release of drawing, and I have a set delivery of 2 months from the date of order. So I'll plan those items first. So that becomes a part of my high priority list. And the items taking average manufacturing time from the release of drawing would be my medium priority. And the items taking the least time to get manufactured from the date of drawing release would be part of my low priority list. Right? Similarly, same goes for the bought out list. So this bought out list is also like the purchase item will they also have the market availability lead time. right? So now if I order today, the purchase department orders today, there could be a probability the solenoid valve, I get it in 4 weeks of time or 6 weeks of time. The pneumatic cylinder, I get it in say 8 weeks of time from the date of order. So now again, so this becomes easier to plan. So you can instruct the purchase team to order these items first because this will take longer time. These are the average, these are the items which will take average time. You order next this, and these are the items which will take the least time. So you can order it this as last. So creating a priority list, and easier, which becomes easier to plan and prioritize things. So this is a list, part list with high priority list, right? So these are the details of manufacturing. So you can pass it on accordingly. Sorry. Right. As I said, all the reports have the details. Next is the high priority bought out list. Similarly, so you can create these lists in clicks, right, and pass it on. As I said, these things seems to be very small and very little, but this actually eventually affect the complete cycle and actually expedite the complete process. Moving further, we talked about the issue details, right? So now we do not have an idea that whom we issued, what we issued. So now we can track based on the department. Again, there we have added by default production, purchase, and quality. We can add few more departments if we need, as required by the organization, right? So now if I want to track what are the drawings I need to release to production or the purchase, so I can just quickly click and generate. So these are the details, these are the part number, this is the person whom I issued, the date when I issued, and how many times this file has been issued. Okay, and is it a reissue or a first issue, right? So this is the number one, this has count as one, so this is the first issue. So now you have complete track what drawings you have issued and how many times you have issued. Okay, same if you want to check it for the purchase team, right? So the same way, there's another option here which is called issue to none or release to none. So now why this option is there is just to more help the designer to understand what are the drawings which he has not released yet. So now, as we say, we are handling say 2000 3000 component machine, we do not release all the manufacturing drawings altogether, right? So we do it partially. So now if I release partially to, we have released say out of 1000 components, we have released say 500 components or 600 component drawing already. So I need to understand what are the rest of the drawing so that I do not release the same drawing, right? So just we can within a click we can understand what are the drawings which we have not released yet, which we have not released the drawing yet. Yeah. Next is the fabrication place. So this fabrication place is like what are again a segregation thing. So what are the parts which are required to be manufactured in house? What are the parts which are required to be outsourced? Right, basic segregation. Right, so that you can do so that in house can be handed over to the production, outsourced can be handed over to the purchase team. Next, one of our best features, what we call is the fabrication cost. Right, so this fabrication cost is nothing but the complete project cost, right? So now, as we discussed, there are 4-5 major components which drive the project, right? So now, within a click, you can just create a costing sheet. Now we are anyway getting the summary of material, what is the respective weight, right? What we expect from the user or the industry is to they fill in their respective fabrication per kg cost. Okay, so when I say per kg cost, let's understand this. There's a plain carbon steel which we have written say 130 rupees a kilo. So now when we say 130 rupees a kilo, right? So now it includes my material cost, labor cost, handling charges, my painting, surface treatment charges, sandblasting, etc., the welding operation, etc. So this is a per kg cost which it costs to the industry, right? Say similarly, SS304 we have written 350 rupees a kilo, right? So this is again say this includes my labor, material, pickling, passivation, right? All the welding, whatever thing. whatever we do, what our operations we do. So this is a lump sum cost set by all the industries for their respective material, at what cost it is available to them in a complete finished form, right? And with in fulling on this cost will give me the finished weight cost of the machine. And okay, next important aspect, we say we have given you a provision wherein you can add the engineering thing also. So now there is a design engineering, structural engineering, CFD as required. So I spent say for building this machine I need 150 hours of engineering, design engineering, this 50 hours for say structural analysis of this machine, and say 25 hours for CFD. So now I have some per hour engineering cost or per hour cost of the structural analysis of CFD. I'll key in this and I'll get the complete engineering cost, right? So similarly, we can also add the packing details wherein we get the CFT and we put in the per CFT cost, we get the complete packing cost of the project, and the transportation also. We can add up the vehicle details, the quantity of vehicle per unit cost of the vehicle, and we can get the complete project cost. So we have tried to cover up the maximum project engineering cost, complete project cost. So this gives me a complete glimpse of the project, what budget I need to set, what is my cost, and how much will it cost to the industry, right? Last but not the least, the comparison of assemblies or comparison of machines, right? So this feature is just to, again, we spoke about the handling of multiple projects or multiple machines at the same time, right? So now when we receive an order for a machine for 5 6 machines altogether, as a designer, what we intend to do is we release the drawings of each machine individually or separately, right? So now when we so there is a probability, right? There could be certain set of parts or assemblies which are common in all the 5 6 assemblies, although there will be a lot of components which are unique, but I do not want we spend a lot of time in re-releasing the same drawings, right? So here we are giving you a provision of comparing 5 machines at a time, and you can generate a list which will give you a complete comparison. Okay, so when I say comparison, it's like say I compared these two machines here, I compared two machines here, and these are the listing of the common. There's a part number is common in these two machines. The quantity in machine 1 is 2, the quantity in machine 2 is 2, the total quantity is 4. So now I can pass on this list along with drawings and release the common parts drawing only once, and it's very clear to the production or the concerned department that how many parts he need to manufacture and what are the respective quantity which are required to be assembled in my respective machine. Okay, so now say the top chiller, this is again 2 2. Say this is small pinion rod. Okay, so in machine 2 it's 4, in machine 1 it's 6, and the total quantity is 10, right? So now the production understands he has to manufacture 10 of these parts, and 6 he has to assemble in machine 1, and 4 he has to assemble in machine 2. No confusion, it's a clear drawing and only one drawing. We released only one drawing here. So a lot of time saving. We actually, when we say automation, we have just tried to focus more on the time saving, because at the end of the day, time is money, right? And we have tried to reduce the manual intervention as possible, so that we can reduce the errors. As the small errors turn out to be a big problem, huge problem at the end of the project, right? So trying to cover all those aspects, we have designed this. Yeah. So any questions, any queries? If you have any questions, you can write it on the chat box, or you can ask me by unmuting your mic. No questions? You can write your questions. I'll just, okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We actually discussed about few issues, Mr. Akshat. Yes. I can just give you a glimpse. 2 minutes. I'll complete my two minutes part, and then I'll brief you what we discussed in the first 15 minutes. Yeah. So here, as we said, uh, this bomb creator is a plugin to your SolidWorks CAD system. So it could be a SolidWorks standard, professional, or premium. It will work on any of your CAD system. It's just a plugin to your SolidWorks CAD. Okay. So this is the product matrix, the product module. We have 3 product module: bomb creator Lite, Advanced, and Premium. Okay. And the in Lite we cover the complete design bomb, ERP bomb, part list, the segregated part list, product list, or any other type as required by the industry, the complete priority list, complete bottom priority list. Okay, so this is covered in Lite. When you go to Advanced, it will have all the features of Lite, plus it will have the drawing issue details, fabrication details, and the fabrication costing detail. Premium will have all the details of Lite and Advanced, plus the comparison. Okay. And one more thing I like to add: if any one of you feels this product can be useful for your organization, you can please send a request to Conceptia for a 2 weeks trial license. We can generate a 2 weeks trial license wherein you can have a hands-on feel and use it. Okay. So let me take let me again brief the few things we discussed in first 15 minutes to people who, for the people who joined late. Okay. In first 15 minutes we had discussed about our brief about ourselves, and we had discussed like we have 3 types of bill of material in SolidWorks. Okay. One is the top level bomb. Okay, so which gives you the glimpse of our first level assemblies, the items available in my first level of my main machine. And we have something called parts only, which gives me the details of only all the parts, SolidWorks parts available in my machine. So it's a mixed detail of parts and hardware and BOP items. Next is the indented bomb, what we saw. Indented bomb is the level by level detail of hierarchical bomb, right? So here, even we have this system in our SolidWorks system in place in our SolidWorks CAD, but we still face a lot of issues in our organization. One of the major issues is like the creating and uploading bombs in our SAP or ERP system. We spend a lot of time in that, right? We do it either we do it by typing each and every component in our SAP or ERP system, or we prepare something out of CAD in Excel or respective format which is acceptable by our ERP or SAP system, right? And we spend a lot of time in that. It's a pretty tedious job, right? When we are handling say 1,000, 2,000 components, it becomes a tedious job to handle, right? Next is the chaos. Because of the improper and wrong BOM, what happens is we do not identify the issues during the design phase, but we see we get to know these about these issues during the machine assembly stage or the packing stage. Next is the segregation of items, which we see. What we see is a challenge. Say now production's concern is only the manufacturing parts. Purchase part is only the BOP. So segregating the respective details for respective people, that again becomes a tedious job for us. Next is delay in delivery of projects because of proper planning. Say, as we also discussed, like we have from the order date, we have a set delivery for any project, right? So we need to plan and prioritize things. So like we have in our machine, we have a lot of manufacturing components which has its own manufacturing lead time, right? So planning, if we do not plan things accordingly, the project gets delayed. Yeah. So we are right now looking at the issues what we see in our organization. Next is the tracking of drawings. Tracking of drawings. Of release of drawings. Say I release a drawing, the design department releases a drawing, but we do not have a proper track, how many times we shoot the drawing or how many times to whom we gave the drawing, all those stuff, right? So we do maintain it through register or Excel, right? So, but still we fail to keep a proper track if we do not make an entry. Again, the project costing becomes a challenge, and we often when we do the costing, we miss the important aspects of costing and ultimately end up in creating a cost contingency of the project. Last, the issue in handling the managing a multiple release of drawings by production, design, and the purchase. Okay. So during the first 15 minutes, we discussed on that subject only, and then we came into the subject of our BOM creator. I repeat again, if anyone feels this product can be useful for your organization, can please send a request for trial version for 2 weeks to the Conceptia. You can just directly write them a mail and you can put your organization details and you can send them the request details. Okay. Rest, anyone have any queries, any suggestions, please go ahead and ask. You can write a mail right now to me. It's rvignesh@subtronica.com. I'm sending you the detail, and we'll ask the Conceptia team also to get back to you immediately. You can write a mail if anyone. I've written my mail ID on my chat box. So if anyone feels, you can directly also send me the request. I can pass on to the Conceptia, right? If there are no more questions, no more suggestions. I cannot share the PPT, but yes, if you want, we can do a specific presentation to your organization. If you want, we can do that. I won't be able to share the PPT. Yeah. And yes, anyone feels that we can do anyone feels like if they want a specific presentation for their organization, they can also send us a request. We can do a detailed presentation